But I also think of the Sun, like Saturn. The planets that orbit the Sun are like the rings of the Sun. So I've written a short book called The Universe by OGENI, which is myself. So because I found it fascinating and very interesting and great fun, I really got re-interested in planets and space and Earth, and I wrote a few short books. I've prepped over 100 books and self-published maybe 8 to 10 small self-publishing projects, and I have like 30 publishing projects, 158 YouTube videos of all different things, and 4 companies. I'm a scientist, a mathematician, and a very fast thinking person. So it was very creative process from 2012 to 2017, and I just look at things now and it becomes clear, it becomes easy. I'm dotting the I's, crossing the T's. Now I want to show you something. Earth, okay, Earth diameter is 12,750 kilometers. 1 day on Earth is 24 hours. Distance from the Sun is 1 AU. Orbit around the Sun approximately 365 days. Now each planet spins on its axis at a different time. Its day is either longer or shorter than Earth, and it orbits the Sun either faster or slower than Earth, if we use Earth as our mathematical point, a reference point. So Mars, diameter 6,800 kilometers. 1 day on Mars is 24 hours 37 minutes. Distance from the Sun is 1.5 AU. Orbit around the Sun 687 days. So Earth orbits the Sun 1 year is 365 days on Earth. 1 year for Mars is 687 days. So it takes 2 Earth years for Mars to orbit the Sun. So 1 year for Earth is 2 years for Mars. So Earth orbits the Sun 365 days, which is 1 year. Mars orbits the Sun 687 days, which is 2 years. 687 days, which is 1 year for Mars, but 2 Earth years. So 1 day on Earth is 24 hours. 1 day on Mars is 24 hours 37 minutes. Earth has a North Pole and a South Pole and ice caps. Mars has a North Pole and a South Pole and ice caps. Earth has a huge big canyon, the Grand Canyon. Mars has a huge big canyon. It's over a mile deep and 900 miles long. Earth has mountains. Huge big mountains, Everest, Kilimanjaro, etc., the Himalayas. Mars also has huge big mountains. Earth has solid rock, Mars has solid rock. Earth has clouds, Mars has clouds. Mars is the next planet out from the Sun. It's the next planet, the nearest planet to Earth. Venus, Earth and its moon. Mars is the next planet furthest out from the Sun, and the nearest planet is Venus. And Venus is like similar distance that Mars is. So if you think of Earth and then to my left, Venus, to my right, Mars. And Earth is in the middle of that orbit. But if you think of the Earth as one of the rings around the Sun, because the Earth orbits the Sun. It spins on its axis like this as it orbits the Sun, in like a gravity train track, a magnetic gravity train track. And that is the motion example. Earth orbits the Sun anti-clockwise. Now, all the planets are different size and different measurements and have different distances and different, you know, they are different. They are in many ways. But Mars is very similar to Earth. Mars is half the size of Earth. Earth is 12,750 kilometers. Mars is 6,800 kilometers. So Earth half the size of Earth is Mars. So Mars is half the size of Earth. Okay? Mars also has two moons. It has a moon called Deimos, and is it Eros? I'm thinking from memory. And they're named after the two Greek horses that pulled a Greek chariot. It's named after Greek things. So there's two moons for Mars. Here's a reference point, I recorrect myself actually. Mars has two moons, Phobos and Deimos. So Mars has two small moons that are very close, that are closer than our moon is to us, but the moons are closer to Mars. There's a moon, I think it's only 1,500 kilometers. The two moons that are trapped in, scientists believe they're two trapped asteroids that are caught in the gravity of Mars because Mars is a smaller planet. Mars has two moons, Phobos and Deimos. Jupiter has 62 moons. Saturn has 31 moons. Titan is a planet size. They believe there is a possibility that Titan has forms of life on. Uranus has 27 moons, Neptune has 30 moons, and Triton moon. We also have the Kuiper belt. Okay, so we have the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, which has a moon, Mars, 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos, Jupiter 62 moons, Saturn 31 moons, Titan moon, planet size, which has lakes and seas and a high chance of life. Uranus 27 moons, Neptune 13 moons and Triton moon, Pluto, Kuiper belt, Milky Way, asteroids, comets, meteor showers, Mars moons, Phobos and Deimos, the two Greek horses that pulled a Greek god chariot. Okay, I'll go through that again. Now, our solar system is this. The Sun, which is the centre of the solar system, the centre of the circle, and the rings of the Sun are this. Mercury, the planets, the 14 planets are this. The Sun, which is a lava planet, electricity, energy, burning fuel, self-sustaining, burning form of oxygen and chemicals to self-sustain itself in a heat pocket in space. And then the planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, then Ceres, caught in the asteroid belt. The asteroid belt is in between Mars and Jupiter. Then we have Jupiter, which is a huge big gas planet. Saturn, another gas planet with Saturn's rings. Then we have Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Hey Eumea, then Make, and then Eris. So we have the Sun and 14 planets, which is our solar system, and those planets orbit the Sun in a different time span and a different orbit equation. Okay, so we also have asteroids, Ida and its moon, Dactyl, Gaspra, Eros, Malphite, and Lutea. I hope the pronunciations are correct. So, Venus, they say Venus has these poisonous clouds and is too close to the Sun to sustain life. Mars, I would say scientists think was there life there, and it just they couldn't survive, or is there life there? Mars would be a lot colder than Earth because it is further from the Sun, but Mars is actually, there is a very high chance, all the things point to Mars, that if we're looking for life in the universe, perhaps it was staring at us all along, you know, because Mars is our nearest planet. The nearest planet to us is Venus to our left and Mars to our right, and all the facts point to Mars, that there could be life forms on Mars. I think if there is life forms on planets, then these life forms need energy source and need to eat or need to get nutrients from the soil. So I think any future mission would be very brave for any astronauts who thought of taking such an expedition. But we have the International Space Station, we have satellites, and who knows where the future may lead. Here on Earth, we must look after our Earth. We must look after it. It is our home in our solar system, in the galaxy, and in the universe. And we must take care of Earth. We must plant seeds for Earth and help Earth along her way. And the more seeds we plant, the more chance beautiful flowers will grow. I'm always very positive, and I'm always very optimistic, and I see life as a wonderful miracle.